Hello, bonjour, buenos dias, good day, guten tag, konnichiwa, ciao, shalom, dobre dien. Hello to all the children of the world. Hi preschool friends, it's me Christina. I'm here at our school. There's nobody here. It's very quiet. We're all staying at home to keep ourselves healthy and safe and to make sure we don't get other people sick. But it's hard. I miss you all, and I know that Deb and Mary and Haley and Noelle really miss you too. So I'm sending out a video to say hi and to let you know how much I miss you, and also to teach you a little bit about maple sugaring, because that's what we would be doing if we were at school here together. So I thought it could work for me to send a little video to you. So I don't know if your parents have let you know, but this is the time of year that we make maple syrup in Vermont. And it's a whole big process that maple sugarers have to use to get from the sap that's in the maple tree all the way to the syrup that we eat on our pancakes. So the way that they do that is they start by waiting for the right time of year, and that's usually right around now in late February or March is when the sap starts running. And that means that we have warmer days, just like we've been having the last couple weeks, but we still need to have frosty, cold nights, because that way the sap that starts running in the maple trees will freeze up at night, and then it starts warming up and it melts and it starts moving in the tree during the daytime, and then it freezes up at night again, and then it starts moving in the daytime as it warms up. And that's the best time to collect the sap. It's when it's at its sweetest and most sugary and tasty, and we collect a lot of it to make maple syrup. You need to have 40 buckets of sap like this to make 1 bucket of syrup. It's a lot of sap that maple sugarers need to collect before they can get to that yummy syrup. So I want to let you know a little bit about the steps and how maple sugarers get from the sap to the syrup. The first thing that they do is they drill a hole in a maple tree. You can't use any other kind of tree, and it has to be a sugar maple tree, which we have lots of in Vermont. In the fall, they put on a beautiful show with their beautiful colors, and this time of year is when we collect their sap to make maple syrup. So first, the maple sugarer drills a hole into the tree, and then after that, they hammer in a spout, which is called a tap. And I have a couple to show you right here. This is why I came to school to collect these materials. So here's a metal tap. And as you can see, it has this little, it's kind of hard to see, but it has this little spout here, and it goes inside the tree into that hole that the farmer drills, and then the sap can start to drip, 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 drip right out of the tap. And the way that they used to collect the sap was by using a bucket. So it has this little hook, and it would go right there, and the sap would start to drip right into the bucket. And they always put a lid on top because you don't want to get lots of leaves and twigs and things from the forest that land into the bucket, or animals coming to check it out. Now, a lot of farmers use tubes to collect the sap. So here's a tube, and this is the way it goes into the maple tree. So you still need to drill that hole to collect the sap, but this is a much easier way. You don't have to go around collecting all the buckets. All the tubes come together in one big, huge bucket, and then the maple sugarer goes and collect those buckets to bring back to their sugar house. This is another tap. This one is a plastic tap. It's the same thing. It has that spout right in there to collect the maple sap to make into syrup. So after you've collected the sap with the buckets or with the tubes, then it's time, see, here's another big container putting all the sap into. So after you've collected all that sap, it's time to bring it to the sugar house. Here's a picture of a sugar house. And if you go for a drive with your families around this time of year, staying safe and making sure that we try to stay away from other people. But if you do, you might see these sugar houses boiling their syrup, and all the steam comes out as they're boiling. They use a machine called an evaporator. Here, let me find a picture. Here's a picture of a man using an evaporator, and they use wood fire to power that evaporator so that all of the sap that's collected starts boiling, boiling, boiling inside the evaporator. And as the steam comes up and the water starts to burn off and rise up out of the sugar house, the sap boils down and it makes yummy maple syrup. Here's another picture. See how it starts to turn brown, and there's the fire underneath that powers that evaporator to boil the sap until it can make yummy, sticky, sweet maple syrup. Let's see, and there it is being poured out of the evaporator, and that's how you know when it's done. See, this is a thermometer to make sure it's the right temperature, and then you get to have maple syrup. So I have a song that I want to teach you all, and it has some hand motions, and I thought you could practice it at home, and it's a really good way to remember the steps of maple sugaring. Oh, first you tap, tap, tap to get the sap, 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 then pour the buckets, buckets, buckets into the vat, vat, vat. Oh, stoke the fire, fire, fire until it's hot, hot, hot. And then you boil it, boil it, boil it. Don't let it stop, stop, stop. The steam goes up, up, up. The sap boils down, down, down until it turns nice amber brown, brown, brown. It smells so good, good, good. It tastes so great, great, great. So pile those pancakes, pancakes, pancakes high on my plate, plate, plate. And those are the steps of maple sugaring. If you were all here with me, we would be singing it together, and we would sing it every day this week. But since we're not, I would love it if you would sing it at home, maybe teach your parents, or if you have a brother or sister at home to teach. And if you want, you can ask your parents to videotape you singing it and send it back to us. We would love to see you since we're not together. I also just want to remind you that even though we're not at school, it's still important to remember all our expectations and try to follow those same expectations as at home while you're with your families. So try to remember to make safe choices, be a listener, be a helper, and always try your best to be kind, because that's the most important thing we can do. All right, my friends, I will send you another video next week. Please let me know if you are singing your song at home, or if you want to send a little video my way, or to Haley or Mary or Deb or Noelle. We would all love to see you singing the maple sugaring song or anything else that you're doing at home. All right, everyone. Bye-bye.